Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning.
Morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Super glad you could join us. We always typically wait, 4 or 5 minutes, let everyone jump in with us. And so, yeah, just give us a little time to get set up, see if there's any latecomers so that way they don't miss any of the walkthrough here. I'm always trying to double check and see where everyone's at. I'm actually here in the northwest suburbs, kind of by O'Hare, a little west of O'Hare Airport. Typically, we're done in the city, but we have a new project out here. So excited to be here. And yeah, we always ask if you can just throw yourself on mute and put any questions or comments in the chat. That'd be super helpful for us. So that way we can gather the questions and not interrupt as much of the call.
Yeah, so guess it's already time. So we get started, everybody. So good morning, good morning, and welcome to Quality Builders Virtual Project Walkthrough. So we do this every Saturday of the month, and we also host an in-person event called the Chicago Cash Flow Breakfast Club every third Saturday of the month. If you'd like more details regarding this event, I'm gonna drop the link over here in the chat. So here's the link. So before anything else, I have to share my screen. Okay. Did you guys see the screen? Okay. So good morning again. I am Girly, and I'm the office manager and sales coordinator here in Quality Builders. Thank you for joining us this Saturday morning. And our goal today is to give you behind the scene look of this project and to share insights that can help you whether you're a homeowner, house hacker, or an investor. So little about me. I joined Quality Builders a few months after it was founded back in 2020 and have been working with Jonathan since his nesting days. So meet our site expert, Jonathan, the founder of Quality Builders. Jonathan also is a Chicago-based general contractor, and he's overseen multiple projects already across the Chicago and suburbs. And also, he'll be the one to walk through with us with the project, highlighting the progress, explaining some of the challenges we encounter, and sharing valuable lessons learned. And also, Jonathan will be available for a Q&A. So feel free to drop your questions in the chat as we go. So for those new to us, Quality Builders is a residential Jesse Tech company serving the greater Chicago area. And we also specialize in full gut rehab, cosmetic renovations, and home additions. And our approach is rooted in three things: customer service, transparent communications, quality work. And we also use tools like Builder Trend to manage scheduling, photos, daily logs, giving our clients the real time visibility into their projects. And so, what are we going to expect for today's session? Jonathan will take us through the key areas of these renovations, explaining what updates were made. We're also going to share some few lessons learned, and also we're going to answer all your questions regarding renovations or rehab. Then let's talk a little about the project. So the project is a single family home located in the northwest suburbs and roughly 1,450 square feet with three bedrooms and two baths. This is a cosmetic rehab with MEP upgrades and financed through an FHA 203 renovation loan. We manage the entire process using the Builder Trend, keeping schedules, updates, photos organized throughout the project. So before we're gonna jump into the walkthrough, I'm gonna let's gonna take a look of some of before photos at the bathroom. So as you're seeing in the screen, these are the before photos of the bathroom. Then these are also the before photos of the kitchen. So now let's go to the most waited part, the walkthrough. So I'm gonna turn you over to Jonathan, who will be walking us through the project. Jonathan?
Good morning, everyone. Gurley, were you able to spotlight me? Oh, hold on. We're having a technical difficulty here. We need to turn around the camera. There we go. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, Gurley, thank you so much for the introduction. And everyone, it's a very exciting day because this is Gurley's first time co-hosting the virtual walkthrough. So give her a round of applause virtually. I don't know how you do that. Maybe there's some emojis or something you can put in there. But yeah, so she's done great. I know she's a little nervous, but wow, I think we're going to have her on every virtual walkthrough because that's the best introduction we've had so far. Gurley, I just want to make sure too that you're able to spotlight us, and I also wanted to see if we could go through the before photos right now, so everyone could see what this place looked like before, and then we have the during, and then we'll do another virtual walkthrough with the after. Are you able to share the photos, Gurley? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
perfect. And then,
Okay.
and while she's bringing that up, I'll kind of make my way inside so that way you guys can see what the during looks like, and we can talk through some of the challenges and difficulties.
Yeah, we're sharing now, Jonathan, the bathroom, before bathroom photos. Oh, let's go to
Okay,
the,
yeah,
yep. Okay.
yeah, both are fine. We can go through the kitchen now since we're in here, and then you can pull up the bathroom in a second. So, and then yeah,
Yeah.
like Shirley said, if you guys have any questions, you can throw them in the chat. This is a 203K project, and it's actually a limited 203K, which means it's under the $75,000 threshold, which allows you to not use a HUD consultant, and everything is a little bit quicker as far as the draws and payments go. So if you can stay under that threshold, it does have some advantages to it for sure. So were you able to get the pictures up, Shirley?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. So yeah, as you guys can see from the original pictures, some very, very old cabinets, probably 1980s, 1990s, and they were actually metal, and the countertops were equally as old. It had the existing double oven and a cooktop. The clients are actually going to put a cooktop back in place, and then they're actually going to relocate the refrigerator. And yeah, Gurley, if you could spotlight me now and stop sharing the plans, and I can kind of walk through the kitchen as it is now.
Okay.
Okay,
Ready?
perfect. So yes, I'm always ready to roll. So here's where that double oven was that I was talking about. And there was an existing cooktop here. Cooktop, for anyone who doesn't know, is just a um, stove that isn't part of the oven. So it just sits directly on top of the countertop and has its burners right there. So it doesn't have the oven under it. So then you have a separate convection oven over here. The fridge here is exactly where it was. Our clients are actually electing to move it over here. We already have outlet here. One of the unique things about working in some of the suburbs is they're pretty particular about the electrical, mechanical, and plumbing. And so in this kitchen, all of the appliances are going to have dedicated circuits. So we'll have to run new circuits. And basically, just so anyone understands what a circuit is, it's just taking this outlet, which runs directly back to a breaker panel. We're actually getting a new breaker panel. We can actually walk over there to make it easier to understand, but there's wires that are from this outlet. They travel from that outlet all the way back in here to this breaker panel, which may be hard to see. I don't know if you can get in here, Ryan, but yeah, so the breaker panel's here. If you can see, this is definitely the old school knob and tube type of breaker panel. We're replacing this, of course, as well. And but so basically the circuit itself is, so these wires are coming from an outlet, okay? Each appliance needs to have a dedicated circuit, meaning its wires need to come straight from the appliance back to this panel. Oftentimes, in like a bedroom, you're going to have, four outlets and a light on the same circuit, meaning the wires from each outlet go to every other outlet, and then there's one outlet that has the home run in it. Home run is basically the circuit, the wires that come from that outlet all the way back to the panel where it's getting its power. Hopefully, I explained that pretty well for everyone. I know it's even hard for me to wrap my head around some of this electrical stuff. But so the point is, we're going to have to update the circuits in the kitchen so the appliances have their dedicated 20 amp circuit. A lot of this wire is 15 amp, and so I also have to replace that into the bathroom. So we'll make our way back that way now. Gurley, if you want to show the before photos of the bathroom, that might help right now, and you can share your screen so that way while we're walking over there, they can see that stuff. Can everyone see the photos of the bathroom before, by chance? Yes, perfect. All right. I heard a yes. Beautiful. And Gurley, the other thing I was going to see if you could bring up too is the plans. So we have the plan view and the two elevation views. Do you have those that you could share quickly?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. So if everyone can see Gurley's screen, give her a thumbs up in the chat. That'd be super helpful. And then after she shares her screen with the plan view of the bathrooms, of how we rearrange them and kind of the finish sections that we do for all of our clients, we can kind of walk in and I
You're not, guys. Um, I'm not sure sharing the bathroom view.
mute or not mute. Okay, perfect. You guys can see the bathroom now? Okay, great. So Gurley, could you walk me through which one you're sharing since I can't see the screen? Is it bathroom one or bathroom two?
Bathroom one.
Okay, bathroom one. Okay, and there's a bathtub in there, correct?
Yep.
And a single vanity, correct?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so basically I can kind of walk you through it visually and then we'll show it to you in person. Basically, this house had a very unique set of bathrooms here because basically you walked in where you can see bathroom one is, and you could walk through to that to get to bathroom two. And so basically, this bathroom one was just a powder room and it had a closet as well facing the hallway. And so what we did is we closed off bathroom one from bathroom two, made them two completely separate bathrooms. We added a bathtub into bathroom one, and then we rearranged the location of the toilet and are installing a new vanity. And then in bathroom two, I don't know if you could pull that one up, Gurley, please, and thank you. If you see bathroom two, let me know when you see the bathroom two elevation. Ryan's giving me a head shake, so she's still working on it.
You're not share. I'm not sharing the
The
bathroom too.
troubling part with Okay, perfect. So yeah, now you guys can see bathroom two. So as you can see, that's now going to be an ensuite to the master bedroom. It's going to have a double vanity, 60 inches wide. We relocated the location of the toilet, and then we're reinstalling a walk-in shower, pretty much in the same place. So we're able to use some of that same plumbing. You know, the trickiest part of always redoing a bathroom is addressing the drain lines and vent lines and making sure they're all up to code. So Gurley, if you want to go ahead and spotlight me, I'll kind of walk everyone through it in person so that they can see it. And then if we want to go back to the elevations, we can do that next.
You're not on spotlight.
Okay, beautiful. I'm spotlighted. Everyone can see me and not Girly, as beautiful as she is. So I'm going to come in here. So you can see this is the bathroom one. This is the area that we closed up. So we could actually walk through here before. And then also, if Ryan backs up just a little bit, you can see here, this was a closet as well. So we framed up this closet. We'll drywall this. And then previously, you can see here, if I open the door a little bit better for Ryan, you can see here we have the toilet used to be here, actually facing this way. So if I were to go into the bathroom here, and then there was a sink over here on this side. So what we did is we closed up this wall. This area here is now going to be a bathtub. So the drain's going to be here. And this is a right drain bathtub, meaning there's a right drain and left drain bathtubs. And so basically, when you're looking at it, like you guys are looking at me, and your drain is going to be on the right side. That means it's going to be a right drain bathtub because on the back side, you don't have the same shape as the front side. So one thing we did is we actually ordered the left drain bathtub, and so it didn't work. So we had to switch it and order the right drain. So this stuff here, this is from the toilet. That's going to get removed, and then we'll have new plumbing that goes up on this wall. We have new drain and vents that we have installed already for both of the toilets. So you can see here, if Ryan kind of shifts over, yeah, perfect. There's the toilet here, and then there's going to be a vanity that's going to go over in this corner. And the only other thing we'll be adding is we'll have a sconce light, which is basically just a wall light on here and also on here. We'll probably end up taking the rest of this drywall off because at this point there's not much worth saving. And then we can kind of make our way into bathroom number 2, which is going to be the ensuite bathroom. So if you guys follow me through this way. So again, this will be closed up. This is the master bedroom. And now they'll have a private ensuite, which they didn't have before because the other bath was connected to it here. So now you can see here, I'm going to walk in here. I'm going to take a shower right here. Water's going to be spraying at me. We got a can light centered above the shower. That's just our typical process. We're going to have a can light here in the center. We're going to have a vanity light here as well. One of the things we had to do, we actually had the vanity that was going to be about 8 to 9 inches off of this wall. We had to shift it to be completely up against that wall because the toilet was actually going to be about 4 inches over. But there's actually, you can see we marked it here on the ground, but there's a ductwork right here. So we had to shift this over, which shifts that over. You can see here we have our GFCIs. So these are going to be new 20 amp GFCIs here and here. Ryan pans over there. So, and again, this GFCI was actually scheduled to be right here, but we had to make the adjustment because of the conflict with the vent that's under here. Actually, you can see here. So you can see this is the supply vent, and you can see that duct is running right through here, and so we had to adjust the toilet that way. Any specific questions? If you want to throw them into the chat, we can talk through some of the questions. So as you can see, we're probably a day or two away from calling for a rough electrical and rough plumbing inspection. We were able to reuse this plumbing here for the shower. We're going to have to add a little bit more plumbing here for the double vanity. We'll remove that plumbing on the other bathroom. And then pretty much once we're done with that, we'll be coming back in here to put up new green board drywall. Moisture resistant drywall goes in all of the bathrooms. Over here in the tub and shower, we'll put Durarock that's followed by tile. And we also have a tile floor in this master suite bathroom and a LVP, luxury vinyl plank flooring, in bathroom number 1. And so, yeah, girl, if you want to bring up those elevations again, that might help people see it again now that they've seen it in person. And then, yeah, if anyone has any questions, happy to answer them. The project in general is going to be about a two-month project. We added on the kitchen after we had actually closed on the loan, so that was something that came up that was new and a very big scope increase. And cost range is somewhere between the 60 to, I would call it like 85 to $85,000 roughly, and that's for two full baths in the kitchen. And yeah, so we're
Yes,
always trying to provide a quality product at a quality price. You said you had a question, Girly?
yeah, we have question from Daphne. The first question is, what permits were needed and cost?
Yeah, great question. So, especially with any type of renovation loan, which we do a large amount of renovation loan, the lender is always going to require the permits for the job. And so, there's a lot of contractors who may not often try and pull permits, especially when we're doing renovation loans. We know we need to. And so, for us, we had to pull, we actually did our own sketch of drawing, which Girly, I don't know if you have the plan view still available, not the two elevation views of the bathrooms, but the overall plan view looking from the ceiling down. So we create that plan view ourselves if she's able to pull that up, and that's what we submit to the city. And so we have to show, all of this new framing. We had to come up with dedicated outlets and circuits and show where those were going to go. And then we actually had to draw a plumbing diagram as well. And so you can see that sheet that she pulled up kind of covers the entire scope. And then the cost for the permits, off the top of my head, I want to say is about $500 to $600. You know, uh, municipalities, are always going to get their cut, which they deserve because they're going to come out and inspect the building, which we always prefer. Like we're not don't shy away from the inspectors. Like we want to know what isn't right and do it the right way. And so any feedback from them of things that we need to improve on from the inspection standpoint, we're always going to try and do. So any other questions, particularly
Yes.
about this job?
Yeah,
Yes.
we
Okay.
have
Go ahead.
another question from Daphne also. How long is the
Oh,
project
beautiful.
expected to take?
Yeah. So we're at about the 2 to 2.5, maybe 3 months maximum here at this project. One of the things that we try and do most importantly is set the projects up before we start. And so what I mean by that is all of these finishes here that you'll see after this project is done, the tile, the paint, the vanity, the faucets. We require all of our clients to get that picked out before we even start the job. And that's allowed us to streamline the time that we're actually here. And that way we can eliminate potential conflicts as well for things that may be a long lead time or things that may not work well in the space. And so that's why we draw up all these elevation views and finishes to show you what that product's going to look like before we even start. Hopefully that answers Daphne. Anything else? We can make our way back to the kitchen really quick and see if there's any other questions on the way. Um, the client is actually going to end up painting a lot of the property themselves as well. Um, you can see here too. So we're still in the process of deciding if we're going to take out these soffits. And so I'm almost 100% certain we'll take this area out because I don't think there's anything up there. But here you can see we have a light, so we might need to make that adjustment as well. If we want to remove these, so if we remove these, then we'll be able to have 42-inch cabinets. If we're unable to remove them, then it'll be a 30-inch cabinet. And then same thing as well over here. We should be able to remove some of these, but you can see we have the exhaust here and our wiring coming from our exhaust. So we'll have to decide if we can shove that up into the ceiling or reroute it if the client ends up wanting the 42-inch cabinets. There's Renee and Ivan. Good morning. They're here. You guys are live on camera. These are the, these are the team installing the bathrooms. And yeah, so any other questions?
We don't see any questions.
I don't see any other questions. Beautiful. Well, if you do, you know how to get a hold of us. Girly,
Oh,
I'll let
sorry.
you
We
put
have
up
still
any
one.
information for. Oh yeah. Tell us, please.
Are any draws?
Any draws?
Uh-huh. That's a question.
Are there any draws? Well, so there's draws, construction draws on our payments. That might be what you're referring to. So typically with the limited 203K loan, you actually get 50% of the payment at the very beginning of the project and then 50% at the end. And that's again for any 203K project that's under 75,000. Otherwise, if it's over that, it's going to be the standard 203K. And then you're going to need your HUD consultant, and you're going to, every standard 203K comes with 5 material draws or payment draws, I'd say. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, again, I'd say happy Saturday. Appreciate you all waking up for joining us. Gurley, do you have any parting words? Amazing job, I would say. Gurley, first time co-hosting a virtual walkthrough. I know it's not easy, and so I greatly appreciate all your help. Yeah, Gurley, any parting words to sign off?
Thank you so much, Jonathan. Thank you so much, everybody, for spending part of your weekend with us. So, if you'd like to learn more or want to discuss a potential project, please reach out or visit qualitybuilders.com for free consultation. Again, guys, thank you. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. And
All
we're
right,
now
thank
signing
you. Have a
off.
good Saturday.
See you next
All
project.
right, see you next project. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.